Assalamu alaikum. Welcome back to Future Dimensions 360. As you guys know, in our last tutorial, we had talked about pure components. What are pure components? How we can use pure components? Like pure components are the components that can help you to identify the changes in the state by using shallow comparison between previous and current state. Although these will be used for performance boost. So there, the pure component are not available in functional component. But if we want to use the same functionality in pure components, we have to go on with memo. So in our current tutorial, we will be learning about memos. What are memos and where we are using memos. So let me go ahead to our old project and let me try to comment out my previous class-based component, and what I will do is I'll create a new component here in my component folder named as memo.comp.js. RFC React Functional Component, RFC React Functional Component, and inside that component I will be taking name as a props. This name, what I will do is I will just console.log here. I will say, sorry, I should do log on. I'm doing in the return console.log, and this log will say memo component render. I will move forward with this one and I will try to import the same component here inside my parent component by using memo component. So name, I should pass it as a props, this dot name. Let's go ahead and try to see in our browser. Is it working fine? You can see my current component is rendering, then memo component is rendering. It's not re-rendering again and again. Why? Because my parent component is pure component. Let me change it to normal component. I had changed it to normal component, and let me save it and try to reload it. Why it was not re-rendering? Because it was pure component, and pure component do shallow comparison between props. And ultimately, you guys know in our last example, we are in component did mount, we are changing the state but with the same name. Ultimately, like, we are not changing any name. Actually, we are just passing the same name back. So that's why the shallow comparison for the pure component is always false and it will not re-render. But now it's a normal component, so it will re-render again and again. And see, my child component is re-rendering with every render of my parent component. So what if I can make this functional component as pure component? My problem will be resolved and it will be really great that I can use this functional component as pure component. So how we can use memo in this scenario is, I have to remove this from here. I'll just say export default, and what I will export, React dot memo. So I can do memo. Inside memo, I will pass my memo component. Hit save and try to go and reload the browser. Now you guys will see only parent component will re-render, memo component re-rendering will not work. What is happening here? Same thing memo component is doing, React.memo is doing what get derived state from props is doing, the static method we had learned in our last scenario, last tutorial. So here React.memo will take component as an input and return a pure component as an output. This is a concept of higher order component as well. We'll be learning higher order component later on in the upcoming series. So that's it for today's tutorial. I hope you guys like it. Please don't forget to like and subscribe our channel. Thank you. Allah Hafiz.